My control issues were out of control. I had anger at my old life slipping away from me, resentment at my present situation, negative views on my parenting abilities even if I had given the best of me that day, guilt for thinking negatively about my life, pain from the guilt, shame for thinking negatively, guilt for the shame and shame for the guilt, and the vicious cycle went on. Why aren't women really saying how it is? Why are we pretending and posing on Instagram that life is blissful as a parent when it's quite the opposite at times? Why are we not talking about this? Isn't this the problem? Why are we pretending it's all just smeared avocado on our new white t-shirt or apple puree on our new Adidas pumps? Let me get it clear. This is not to damn my children for existing, quite the contrary. If I hadn't had them, I would be a dribbling mess, failing at life and crying to all that would listen. My kids were my catalyst for change. They have been the greatest gift and biggest blessings to me because they've shown me the pain that I have unconsciously been storing in my heart. They have shown me the way and the way to release it. They brought up my past hurts and feelings of abandonment, loneliness, beliefs of not being lovable and feelings of neglect, lack of trust, and complete lack of worthiness. These were all brought to the surface. When I had my son, he showed me I needed to do work on myself, and my daughter simply confirmed the work that I needed to do. This happened to me, and I know I'm not alone. You can blame your kids just like I have for being out of control, mental, hypersensitive, but it wasn't my kids, it was me. It's not your kids, it's you. Our own childhood determines our experiences as a parent. It's not that parenting is hard, but that you are overwhelmed, not with the now, with an overload of emotions from the past. You're tired not because your kids get you up at 6 a.m., but because you're tired of feeling like you do and for carrying these feelings since you were a child. You're not so busy because you have kids. You've learnt to busy yourself to avoid feeling your pain from your past. With kids, it's your pain you're witnessing in them, not theirs. It's your anger you see in them, not theirs. Our kids are our greatest mirror, and they are here to reflect back at us what we least want to see and let alone feel. When my husband gently guided me towards therapy some years back, I didn't hesitate. I went with an intention to be a better mum and better wife. But this wasn't really about being better, but realizing why I wasn't valuing myself in the first place. I had an unrealistic expectation of me as a mother and a human being as a whole. I was carrying around holdalls full of pain and sadness that were affecting my ability to be a present mum, and instead I was consumed with overwhelm. I've seen all the mummy vloggers showing the reality of having kids, food on the floor, early mornings, no time for a good hair day, little makeup. But what if we peeled away that top layer and really talked about the times you've been broken on the bathroom floor, not knowing how you'll get through the day? Or how the little human has pushed so many buttons that you've exploded uncontrollably and consequently felt extreme anger for your words and the volume they were expleted at. What if we talked about that? And what if we talked about that with someone who could help us? Like a therapist or coach or whatever you want to call it. This isn't for the crazy ones. It's to help us lighten our load as women and strip off those unrealistic expectations of perfectionism. This is about offloading our pain so our kids don't have to feel it. This is about accessing our old memories so that our kids don't have to use theirs to trigger ours. Our wounds and patterns of behaviour carry through 5 generations until we look at them, and we take responsibility for our hurts and pains so that our kids don't have to. So that our kids, friends and families don't have to fall victim to our stuff. I'm not alone. I know you have these moments too. It's not your kids. Those mental tantrums that they're having doesn't mean they're ready to be bundled up for a psychiatric unit. And when they hit you yesterday, it doesn't mean they're going to be armed robbers when they grow up. They're playing out your anger, your resentment, your frustrations. It's not about the present, but it's from the past.